The Emerald Isle is home to some of the world's most interesting tales and supernatural concepts. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 creepy Irish myths and legends.
It's the wail of the banshee, the same as I heard the night that Kitty's mother was taken.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at both the creepiest mythological creatures as well as folklore to be passed on from era. Number 10. The Leprechaun.
What the hell are you?
I'm a leprechaun, me dear.
This little man of the hills is perhaps the most iconic of the fairies of Ireland. While predominantly appearing in folklore rather than older mythologies, these members of the Each-uisge are classified as solitary fairies, as opposed to trooping fairies, who are seen in groups and processions. While mostly harmless and even helpful at times, they've been known to play tricks on humans. Like many solitary fairies, they're considered to be capable of wickedness, but without any particular malice, if that makes it any better.
Get on with it then! Wish your wishes!
Famed for their hoards of gold, leprechauns will grant 3 wishes to a human who captures them. Just be careful what you wish for.
That's where I saw the leprechaun.
Right, a leprechaun.
He told me to burn things.
Number 9. The Children of Lir. According to legend, when Dearg was made king of the godlike race known as the Dullahan, Lir, the god of the sea, was upset. Boha offered one of his daughters, Eve, as appeasement. Together, she and Lir had 4 children. When she died, however, he remarried. And the new wife, being jealous of the children, turned them into swans. Here the story deviates depending on which version you're reading, but they're all rather tragic. In one ending, the swans return to human, but have aged dramatically. In another, they spend 900 years on 3 lakes before returning to human form, dying and going to heaven. Though tragic, it is a beautiful story. Number 8. Merrows. Like many creatures to be found on this list, the Merrow isn't exactly evil, more careless. The female Merrow is said to be beautiful from the waist up, but scales all the way down. She has green hair and delicate webbing between her fingers. Merrow men are said to be hideous, which makes the females hope for human lovers. According to legend, Merrows try to lure young men into their watery homes and keep them there forever. However, they can also be persuaded to come on land. If a man takes her Coaline Druith, a magic hat she uses to breathe underwater, she'll remain on the surface. However, children of Merrow and men will crave to return to the sea. Number 7. Balor of the Evil Eye.
It's Sparky Boom Man!
You know, I'm starting to think that name doesn't quite fit.
Translated from Gaelic, the name Balor roughly translates to the Deadly One. King of the Fomorians, Balor was said to possess a fiery eye, which, when opened, would set the land on fire. The personification of drought and pestilence, he locked away his own daughter and tried to kill his grandchildren after hearing that one would someday kill him. One grandson, Luch, survived and went on to lead Balor's enemies, the aforementioned Dullahan. And true to prophecy, he took his grandfather's life. Loch Nasul in Sligo County is said to have formed when Balor fell, and his eye burned a hole in the ground. Tolkien has got nothing on this Celtic god drama. Number 6. Dearg.
The Red Man forgive you this time.
The Red Man, so named for the red hat and coat they're said to wear, are less human in appearance than other members of the fair folk. Said to have hairy skin with long tails and snouts, they've also earned the unflattering nickname Rat Boys. Like the Leprechaun or Clurachaun, they enjoy playing tricks on humans, although of a more mean-spirited variety. Not content with just souring milk and pinching dogs, the Dearg will steal human babies and switch them out with a fairy baby, or changeling. There are several stories which stipulate how to get your child back if it's stolen. However, there are no guarantees.
Don't trust him, Kyle. He's a fair Dearg. Quiet!
Number 5. Aughisky or Aughisky. Like the Scottish Kelpie, there's more to this horse than meets the eye. Both are shapeshifters that imitate horses, but while the Kelpie will race its rider to water, it'll only get them wet, or drown them if they can't swim. The Each-uisge or Aughisky is far worse. On dry land, far from water, they're said to be the best horse. But if they spot water, their skin turns scaly and adhesive, and they will race into the water, dragging the victim down and devour them, all except the liver. There is some Celtic overlap, with a variant of the Each-uisge also appearing in Scottish myth. The overarching lesson: don't ride random Gaelic horses. Number 4. The Demon Bride.
He called me Bridezilla in the New York frickin' Journal.
Bridezillas of the world have got nothing on this lady in white. In County Monaghan, in the Argyll Truha graveyard, the spirit of a woman is said to haunt funerals, waiting for the mourners to leave. Should the last one to linger be a young man, she will appear as a beautiful young woman. After seducing the man, she'll ask for a kiss so that he may see her again, and upon receiving her payment, she will disappear. Following her disappearance, the man will realize what he's done and eventually die, crazed in the knowledge that he sold his soul for a kiss. Puts a whole new twist on ghosting, right?
You son of a bitch! What have you done to me?
Number 3. Dearg.
Come to me, Arthur.
Once upon a time, a beautiful maiden and local boy fell in love, only for the girl's father to marry her off to a rich chieftain. Sorely abused by her husband, she died of a broken heart. A year after her burial near Strongbow's tree, she rose from the grave as Dearg, which means the red thirst, a creature of revenge. She went to her father first and sucked the air from him as he counted the money he'd sold her for. Her next victim was her ex-husband, and she drained him of both air and blood. She's said to roam the night still, seeking vengeance on careless men. Number 2. Banshees. One of the most famous Irish spirits is this wailing woman of death. The cry of the banshee is said to warn of death in the family. More than one banshee may appear at a time, signaling the imminent death of a great or holy person. In some traditions, a banshee comes for every family of the Milesian stock, that is, Irish families with O or Mac prefixing their names. Banshees can appear as an old woman with lank hair and dressed in a ragged cloak, or as a young and beautiful woman. It's said that James I of Scotland, despite not being Irish, saw a banshee, and soon afterwards was murdered. Number 1. Dullahan.
What the hell is a Dullahan?
This headless rider roams the Irish countryside by night, carrying its severed cranium under its arm. Should the Dullahan stop and call out a name, that person will die instantly. Mostly male, but sometimes female, Dullahan ride by black stallion, or a carriage adorned in bones and candles. Quite a sight to be sure, but it's best not to watch them work, as they're said to throw a bucket of blood on nosy observers, marking them as next, or strike them blind in one eye. Almost nothing can stop them. Only gold, even a small pin, drives them away for another night.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.